So the stock market had its sell off obviously in the last few days. What is coming next in the Dow Jones, the S&P, the Nasdaq, and also silver and gold? What's coming next after this pullback that we've had? Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video. Trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and trading is the most hardest thing you'll ever do, and it takes a long time to become a good trader. So this video is just educational only. If you're struggling with your trading right now, then click on the very first link in the description and get learn a free training, the 7 universal laws to become a master trader that will boost your success, consistency, and confidence without spending a decade trying to figure it out. Click on the very first link in the description right now. Alrighty traders, so hope we're doing well today. Just want to do a quick video today to talk about what is coming next in the markets and what I see happening and all that down home country goodness. Now, let's actually do something here. Let me see if I can turn up my volume a bit here. Let me see if I can maybe move my microphone a little bit here. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Alright, so let's go have a look. Let's have a look now at the markets. Now, one thing I'm looking at for is, obviously we could see on this weekly chart that we had a pullback here, all right? Now, we had this pullback here on the weekly chart, and it's had a little rally back up towards the day, today, basically. Now, we've had a rally back up today. Now, we're not really doing much, are we? We're just sort of today was pretty much a nothing day. Look at the candlestick chart here. Pretty much a nothing day. Now, what am I looking for to see whether this is a topping action or whether it is just an action where we're going to sell off and then we're going to rally back up again? What is the action I'm looking for? Now, one thing I want to do here is I want to, let me see if I can do this here. You know what? Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to disappear my moving average here. I'm going to disappear the volume. I'm going to go back and have a look at the chart here. Now, if I squeeze my chart up, all right, I squeeze my chart up, let me see if I can go to, let me see if I can go to like a 2-day. I want to share with you guys something here. All right, you know what? Let's just go to the day chart and I'll share with you what I'm seeing here. All right, so on the overall big picture here when it comes to the markets, if I go to my monthly charts and you see what's happening here on the monthly charts are still very, 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 very high. And I do believe we're likely to retrace this whole lot here very, very, very soon. Now, the pullback that we saw just recently is nothing compared to what is going to happen over the next couple of years. All right, just putting that out there. Now, what do I see here happening moving forward in the markets? Now, the one thing I want to share with you guys is, depending on what happens over the next few weeks, will depending on whether we did create a top or not. So what I mean by that is this, is that if go through, if this is a sell-off, then we would expect to see, if this was a sell-off, then we would expect to see this action here, or if this is a, man, I'm exhausted today. Man, I'm tired. I need some carrot juice, I think. I'm gonna go get some carrot juice from the shops. You like carrot juice? So, one thing I want to see is that if the market made this strong selling move down, if we get some weak buyers and then we start to get some strong sellers coming back down through here, then that's going to tell me that this is what? This is a shoulder action. That could be a possibility of what is building right now. Makes sense? It is a possibility of building right now. But depending on the move, depending on the volatility move, if we start to get some serious upside here, 1, 2, 3, and we start to get some strong buys running right back up, and they're really strong. If we get some strong buys coming out of this, then this is not likely to be a top, and we're likely to race back up and create new highs and probably even end up back at 30,000. That's what I'm saying. But if this is going to be if this is a topping action, a topping formation that is forming right now, then that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see, okay, do we get right now, let's go to all black here, do we get some sort of weaker action through here? Not only do we get the weak action, but what happens afterwards? Because if we get that weak action and then suddenly, bam, strong movement up, that tells me direction is up, we're likely to go to new highs, and we're likely to break up new highs. If the direction is down, where it breaks down, if it breaks down strongly, well, now guess what? This is a shoulder, head, shoulder, And the downward movement, if that happens, is whooshka, ching, 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 ching. Last time I did that's exactly what happened. So let's see if it works this time. All right, so we can see that there on the Dow Jones. Pretty much the same thing I'm looking for on the Nasdaq, and pretty much the same thing I'm looking for on the S&P. Depending on what happens, what is the formation that the market is going to show us over the next few weeks to determine or depending on what's going to happen moving forward. Makes sense? So that's what I'm saying happen there. Let's go have a look at the good old silver and gold chart. Silver and gold chart. Now, silver and gold, we had a big head and shoulder formation here on the weekly chart and stuff like that. Let me do this here right now. Let me just delete everything off the screen here. So let's go back to that weekly chart here for a minute. Let me delete everything off the screen here for a minute. Delete all. And let me just squeeze this. There we go. Let me just squeeze this weekly chart up here for a minute. Now, what we can see overall is what? We can see that the market is making a significant lining point where we are right now. So we have that point through there, or that point through there, or I would say that point through there is more relevant, wouldn't you say? That point there. Now this is a weekly silver chart. Weekly silver chart. So we can see that the market has completely broken out of this, and we're finding a lot of lows through here. Now if we draw a weekly trend line from the bottom and we connect these bottoms up through here, that could be also in play right now. So we definitely have this whole last few months this last sort of 6 months has definitely broken this major downward trend, and now we're holding through here. Now, depending on what happens next moving forward, it really does depend on what happens moving forward. But if we hold here once again, if we hold here and rally up and out, and it doesn't look like it's going to do that with silver right now, but just, no one really knows. You know what I mean? No one really knows. But if we hold here, shoulder, head, this still could be a right shoulder. And if we break this neckline and we start to get a nice weekly close above there, this is where it's going to be a completed head and shoulder. A completed head and shoulder. So that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for to see a nice move back to the high side there. So that's what I'm looking there. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and then a move back to the high side. So I'm looking for a completed head and shoulder formation. So that's what I'm looking at through there on silver, and you can see what's happened through there. But on the short-term basis, we can see that the market did have a lot of support and resistance all through this level, all through these levels through here. A lot of support, and now it's actually rejecting it. So first protocol is for is for it to get above $17. If it does do that, then we're likely to race back up, and maybe that head and shoulder on the weekly chart is going to form. Now, let's go back to the good old gold. Gold to me right now is still a very, very, very strong chart, and it's the strongest out of all of them. It's stronger than silver and gold. Massive long-term bottoming pattern still through here. So I'm still a big believer in gold, and I'm still a believer in gold long-term. Rally up, then a pullback through here. I still believe we're likely to hold through here somewhere. Even if we do get a bit more of a downward movement, once again, there's just a nice 50% pullback, and then I think we're likely to head back up through there. So this is the weekly chart once again. Let me have this up, nice, strong. And if we're talking about like strength in moves, like I was talking about yesterday, then we can see this weekly leg is so much stronger than this leg through here. So that's what I'm looking at through there, depending on what's going to happen. But you can see things are slowly changing with gold, and if we do hold and we start to rally back up, then we're likely to break here, and then gold is likely to take on some serious price action.